Thank you for joining us on Red FM this afternoon. I've got a special guest in the studios with me today. He is Sobrielo Philip Jean. Sobrielo Philip Jean is a dance instructor who teaches line dancing, hip-hop, and jazz. Now, that's quite a combination. Philip, welcome to Red FM. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me here.
You are a dance instructor.
That's right.
And today we're talking specifically about line dancing. I'm not talking about Lion dancing. I guess there is sort of a misconception,
yes,
right?
there's a lot of people who think line dancing is actually lion dance, but they don't really know the big difference between an O and an N and E. So I guess, there's a lot of perceptions about it, but we need to make it very clear to people what it is. Yes.
All right, for the benefit of our listeners who may have heard about line dancing, but they're not quite sure about what it is, can you explain to us what line dancing is?
Well, during the old days, it's basically people dancing in a line to country music, cowboy hats and cowboy boots. But now during the new generation, trying to get the younger generation to join in, we have spiced it up a little bit. We have added in hip-hop steps into it, pop songs. Some do Chinese songs, Korean songs, to all this. So to make it a little bit more exciting rather than the plain old country and western. And it's easier than hip-hop, but it's not as difficult as, other kind of dances. So we just combine them together so you can at least do all sorts of dance through line dancing, like jazz and salsa and things like that.
It's a very versatile dance from what I hear.
True. It depends on the music and the steps that you put into that dance to make it look different. Yeah, if it's a country song, you got your old country two-stepping, but if it's a hip-hop song, you got your hand movements, and if you've got a salsa song, you add in the hips and stuff like that. So it all depends on the song that you choose.
Now, we're going to ask Philip why he's here in Kuching in just a moment. As I understand it, Philip, you're from Singapore.
That's right.
What is the response like to line dancing in Singapore?
It's pretty huge. For example, we have this thing what we call a line dance jam that we're going to hold here on Saturday. We have at least 8 to 9 in Singapore at different venues. Every weekend, we have 1 or 2 during the weekdays. So basically, we have this line dance thing almost every single day of the week. And we dance outdoor, we dance at a shopping mall, we dance in the community centers. So basically, it's a dance where almost anybody in Singapore could actually join in. So it's actually very popular there.
Now that you're here in Kuching, how do you look at the level of acceptance in terms of line dance here in Kuching?
Well, it's pretty good from what I've heard. They say Kuching is a really quiet town. It's not really a place where a lot of people go to. But this is my second time here, and I really see a lot of people doing it. I see a lot of youngsters doing it as well. There's this group called the Kara Line Dance who actually got me over here, who has a group of kids that dances, and they are quite good at it, and they're quite enjoying it. And there's adult, at a certain age, like 50, and they are doing it as well. So I think it's pretty cool to see it, evolving all around the world, just besides Singapore and stuff.
You brought up a good point there. Let's talk about age for people who like to try line dancing. How old do you have to be, or how young can you be to try out line dancing?
I would say you could be at any age, as long as you are able to get the rhythm of the music and you can move. Even though you have 2 left feet, it's a very simple dance, and you don't have a partner to do like ballroom and salsa. Sometimes you need a partner to do all this, but in terms of line dance, you don't need, all you need is a good pair of shoes and an energy and a bottle of water, because you're obviously going to be tired because you want to learn more, and you're going to practice the dance over and over again. So any kind of age, even if you're 89 and you're still able to walk or run, you can go ahead. I have a student back in Singapore who was actually 80 years old, and he's still very active in line dance. He's slower, but he's still there. So I think any kind of age would be good.
The enthusiasm is there, I guess.
Yes, that's right.
So basically, would it be correct for me to say that, like you said, you need a bottle of water as long as you're able to move? Coordination, I guess, because there are some people like myself, I'm talking about myself, I lack coordination when it comes to dancing. So is enthusiasm the only thing you need?
Yes, it all depends on you. If you have the heart for it and you really want to do it, no matter how bad you think you are,
right,
you will be able to do it because you put your heart and soul into it.
You can learn to do it, right?
You can learn to do that. And it's not just for line dance. Any kind of dance or anything you want to do in life is about you and how you want to do it. It's not about what people tells you or what people say about it. It's about you. So yeah, as long as you have the heart for it, you should be able to do it.
You brought up a point where you need a bottle of water because your enthusiasm builds, and I guess you want to learn more. Is it correct to say that apart from just being able to dance, this is something healthy as well for people to try out?
That's right. I had students who are obese and they literally line dance or dance their way till they slim down, they look better, they get their confidence up, they are not afraid to come out of their house anymore. It really helps a lot of people in the world. There are people who are very slow in walking. They take line dancing as a form of exercise, like a therapy, you say. And it really builds them up. It really helps them to step out there. I have students who are so shy that they don't want want to do anything. Now they are asking me for more performance and more classes, because at the end of the day, the whole group that comes together literally makes everything so much better. So it's healthy, it builds confidence, it makes things so much exciting, I would say, for your life.
Philip is in Kuching because he has a few events, I understand, happening here in Kuching. We'll get to that in just a moment. How long have you been doing this, being an instructor?
I've been an instructor since 2001, but I've been dancing since I was 5. So basically that a very long time.
Very long time, yes.
Very long time. It started from my mom, and then basically she taught me all the line dancing. So it's basically all country. And then I got into hip hop with a group of my friends, and then my mom was asking us to combine it. And then at that point of time, Michael Jackson was the in thing then, you know?
Yes.
He was like my idol, and the first song I ever choreographed was to his song, Smooth Criminal. So that's where I thought about, you know, combining hip hop and line dance and things like that together. It made it seem so different, unique, yeah. So that's how it went.
Talking about what's happening here in Kuching, it's an event that's happening this weekend. It's on October the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. Tell us what's going to take place.
All right, we're going to do a whole line dance event. Basically, songs that all the other instructors have learned, other students around Kuching has learned, and we'll be playing it during that time from 6 to 9. But we're going to start off with what we call a flash mob. There's this particular song called Shuffle Boogie Soul. It's basically a dance that is out there. A lot of people in the world is doing a flash mob to that song. So we're going to do the same thing here in Kuching, and it's going to be videoed down, and it's going to be sent down to the choreographer itself, and he's going to compile a video of it. I think he's going to try to do a world record, or, you know, break the record. So we have decided to do it here, and we want to make sure that it goes well, and, you know, people know what a flash mob is all about. So basically every classes that I've been to, I've been teaching them on what we're going to do. So be prepared. For those who don't dance and go to Boulevard on that day, don't get shocked. Just be impressed with what's going to happen that day. It's something we have never tried for a long time. So let's see if it works then. And then we have a group of kids that might perform for us 2 line dance song, and they might probably impress the other kids who doesn't dance. You know, some kids in this generation think line dancing is for old people. Yeah, but we have a lot of youth doing it right now, and we are trying to make sure that the youth know that it's no longer that kind of genre of dance. It's for everybody to go.
Is this the first time something like this is being held here in Kuching?
I guess so, yes. From what I've heard from the instructor that got me here, it is. So it's not where everybody knows what it's all about. So since it's the first time, forgive us if it's not a flash mob, but at least we are trying there.
This is the first time you're trying this. So what's the idea behind holding this event?
Well, because the instructor or the choreographer that choreographed this, he wants to get a flash mob done in different parts of the world. So he has he came up to Yu Pui, the instructor of Kara, and he came to me, and he basically asked us if we could do it. So we were thinking, why not? Since we're already going to have the event at Boulevard, we were thinking that we should just go ahead and, you know, try. You know, even if it doesn't work out, at least we tried. I always tell everybody, I always tell my students, you do not know till you try it. So we are trying it. So if it works, good. If it doesn't, we'll just give him what we had done and let him, you know, be happy with it. Yes.
If this turns out to be a success, will there be more in the future?
Oh, definitely. We even went beyond the line to think that we might do 2 flash mobs at Boulevard for the start and the end. So if the start works out very well, we'll do the ending one to another song, but, you know, to where everybody knows. So we're still thinking on that part. But in the future, I see it will be. Probably if we have more time, ample time to actually plan it, then we might go ahead and do another one.
For the benefit of our listeners out there, anyone who, would like to find out what is happening and how they can take part, again, for the benefit of our listeners, where and when is this going to happen?
It's going to be at the Boulevard Shopping Mall. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. We have all the other students from the Caroline Dance who's organizing this. They'll be around. So if you have any question, you can come up to me on stage, or where I am at the DJ post, and I will just refer you to the instructor in charge or the students to get you to know more about what's going on.
This is happening on Saturday, that's October 23rd, this weekend.
This weekend, yes.
Okay. If they have any questions whatsoever before the event, you have a number they can call.
The number to call is 0168 609 838. All right, the name is Yu Pui. She's the instructor of Caroline Dance, so she'll probably be able to tell you more about the details if you have other questions and inquiries of this jam night.
Okay. Philip, I want to thank you very much for being with us on Red FM today, and wish you all the best with the event happening on Saturday.
Thank you very much to you for having me here.
Thank you very much.